This is Clark Ingram with People Profits LLC. We help you with your employee turnover, with labor shortage and skills gap. Today we're going to talk about saying the quiet part out loud. This is what, and I've decided let's define what that means first. It's a verb, and it has two definitions. Number one, to publicly express a sentiment which one is expected to keep to themselves. Secondly, to reveal an ulterior motive to some other issue. Okay, so what we're really talking about is where people have agreed that they're not going to say they don't want somebody else to know what is really happening, what's really going on, and they may or may not have an ulterior motive. It may just be that they're just keeping it quiet to themselves. Okay. Now, so let's get to a basic fact that we all agree, and that is your employees have opinions that they keep from you. They don't tell you what certain opinions and all that kind of thing for different reasons. Some might have an ulterior motive, and that is that they don't want you to know that I quote, I can't wait to find another job. They're not going to go out of their way to tell you something like that. Okay, why? Because they want to be able to peacefully be able to look for another job and have you not know it. Okay. Other times they will keep quiet because they know that you don't want to hear it. They may have already told you that, but you don't want to hear it, so they never bring it back up again. The number one reason why the quiet part exists is there's a lack of trust between the employees and management. Um, they are afraid that they will get in trouble with management or with their peers. They don't want to tell you what everybody else is thinking because they're afraid they're going to get in trouble with the other employees in the company. Many times it is the quiet parts that will lead you directly to the root causes of your employee turnover. Where literally the moment they say the quiet part, that tells you what the root cause is, and it will be totally revealed to everybody. But a lot of times they're not telling you that. They're not going out of their way to say it to you. So, how do we learn what those quiet parts are? The very first place is your engagement surveys, especially if your engagement surveys are anonymous, when they don't think they can get in trouble because of the way the engagement survey has been set up. I've seen this happen lots of times, where they will sit there and tell you what everybody's thinking. And a lot of times it's not everybody's telling you that. It's generally just a few of them that are, either they're accidentally or they think they can get away with saying it without getting in trouble. They say the quiet part. Okay. Um, the employees are literally using the engagement survey and the anonymous nature of it to circumvent the lack of trust. Now, the other way to learn what the quiet part is by increasing the amount of trust between management and the employees. You have to show that they will not get in trouble if they say the quiet part. Or if you also have to show them a trust that you'll actually take what they say seriously. A lot of times what I see is the employee is telling management what the problem is, but management is just kind of blowing it off, and the employees very quickly just get to the point of, well, why are we even saying this if they don't take it seriously? Um, then you have a much better chance if you are able to increase that amount of trust. Um, I've been in more than one situation where employees will tell me the quiet parts. Um, and but they also know that I will not reveal my source. Okay. And I still have trouble dealing with the fact that so many times when I know that the employees have told me the quiet part, I go to other management, I go to people in my superiors, or I go to my peers, and they consistently reject what I'm being told, or they're demanding to know who the source of information was. The problem with that is that proves that the lack of trust that the employees have is correct. Because again, the people are not dealing with what I'm being told, whether or not it's true or not true, but rather they just want to know the source of information so they can get them in trouble, which is absolutely amazing to me. Okay, so now the bottom line question here is, in regard to all this, is are you truly open to hearing what the quiet parts are, not get the employees in trouble, not get them in trouble with each other, and at the same time actually take what they're saying sincerely and actually look into it and actually deal with what they're telling you without just rejecting it out of hand and refusing to do anything about it. Again, and what my experience is with employee turnover, if you want to know the root causes, you better be listening to your employees, and especially when they trust you enough to tell you the quiet part that everybody's talking about behind your back, but are not talking to you about it. Again, this is Clark Ingram with People Profits. We help you with your employee turnover, your labor shortage, and skills gap.